Hi there, this is Karthik, and welcome to this week's Monday Momentum. How have you been doing, and how has the last 7 days been for you? Please let me know through the chat box because here for this week, we're going to be building something, a micro performance habit essentially, that's going to help you understand how do you build habits that stick with you. I know that it's in this day and age where we are dealing with so many distractions, so much of drama that the world of news, politics, and everything tends to throw at us, and of course the social media platforms and everything. I know that it's very tricky to build a habit and also sustain a habit, right? Because we all know this, right? So when it comes to building habits, a key factor that a lot of people struggle with is consistency, isn't it? Is how do you be and stay consistent while and as you're building your habit? That becomes a big challenge. And in fact, there was a study that was conducted. There was an experiment that was done where people were asked to go to the gym. 5 days in a week. Every day it's going to be a 1 hour session, and they were asked to stay consistent for the whole week. And if they would be consistent, they would be getting some real good reward for staying consistent. What percentage of people completed this challenge and fully finished it? You would be astonished to know that in spite of having a great reward, only approximately 8 or 10% of people who signed up for this kind of an experiment showed up consistently. Only 8 to 10%. And then there was something else that was done. I'll come to that point, but I hope this is making sense to you right now. Of course, consistency is a key thing when it comes to building habits, which is about putting in the reps. It is like saying, I need big muscles, but I'm only going to, lift those weights just once. That's not going to help you, right? So what you have to essentially be thinking about is, okay, I need to create some kind of sustainable habit building process. So one is consistency. Of course, you have to stick to a specific time as much as possible, or stick to a specific routine as much as possible, and do the reps consistently. But for you to sustain that, for you to sustain it and create a habit out of it, create a routine out of it, create a lifestyle out of that, the second part is going to play an even bigger and important role. And that was the second part of the experiment, where there were a bunch of people who again wanted to build their health and their habits and everything. They wanted to hit the gym consistently, and the challenge for them was, you may not work out like for the whole 1 hour. That is up to you, how much ever time that you want to work out. But you will be rewarded if you just show up at the gym consistently for the next 5 days out of the next 7 days. For 5 days out of the next 7 days, if you just show up at the gym, which means you're there, you will be rewarded. And you'll be astonished to know that the number from 8 to 10%, it jumped to 60 or 70% just by doing this. Why is it important what you're learning here? It's important because it's not just about being consistent, but you also have to be flexible when you're building habits that can sustain, that you can sustain, that you can do it over the long term, that you can create a lifestyle out of. So don't just look at how many, or what's the reps that you need to put, what's the consistency you need to build. That's great, you're starting there, but also be flexible. And here is a hack that I want to share with all of you. It's a micro performance habit that I consistently follow, that helps me to build other habits very, very easily. I call it the 21-minute rule. Everyone, please, if you're here watching it live or even as a recording, please type 21MR in the chat box, or just type 21MPH. That's a micro performance habit. 21 minute. You know, when I wanted to get into this, the routine or building this habit of working out and staying active at least once every single day, I wanted to do just like the first experiment, like 1 hour of activity, 1 hour of workout, 1 hour of game, something that I can play that can keep me active. And you know what happened? Within 2, 3 days, I stopped because my schedule did not help me to fit in, that kind of a 60-minute kind of a schedule. And that's when I, tried this out. As I said, the 21-minute rule, which means every single day, my job is to just find that 21-minute slot on my calendar where I'm going to go out there, do my workout, do my exercise, play the game, and just return back. That's it. 21 minutes. And you know what happened? My consistency, like, out of, before the experiment, which I did before the 1 hour experiment, I could only sustain 2 out of 5. And when I did this, I could sustain almost three, a lot of times four, a lot of times 5 out of 5 for in over a 3 week period. And I wanted to know what will make me do it 5 out of 5 consistently or the next 3 months. And this is what changed the game for me. We're talking about consistency, and here it's building that consistent 21-minute workout routine. That's the consistency. And then I built in the flexibility into this habit building process. And the flexibility part is, even on days where I can't find 21 minutes of block time on my calendar where I can be free and go and do the workout, you know what I used to do? I used to I used to search for the next smaller block, which is a 14-minute block. Let's say if it is too, kind of a very crazy schedule that I have on a specific day where I can't even find 21 minutes, I tend to find, that 14-minute schedule where I can go and work out. And that helped. And something that helped me even more was the fact that, I went a little bit more micro. I built something more sustainable or long term, which is like saying this to myself that, hey, even if I don't find 14-minute on a specific day, I'm going to find that 7-minute slot where I can go and do this workout. And I can't tell you that just by having this flexibility, as a flexible approach, or this flexibility into the consistency game, my, the consistency, the amount of workout that I did with, the consistent streaks that I hit was over 2 months without any break, which means for 2 months I never missed that 5 out of 7 day workout challenge. And what helped me are these two factors. One is consistency. Consistently do the 21-minute workout on a day-to-day basis. And even if that's not available on a specific day, be flexible. Build that 7-minute workout routine and just go and work out for 7 minutes and just return back happy. And I've seen this and I keep hearing this from a lot of people who say that, hey, I can't do this. This is not going to work out. This 7-minute, the random routine that you're doing, that's not going to work out for you. That's not going to help you lose weight or build the muscle or build the resilience or whatever it is. But you know what? Maybe that doesn't work, but it definitely helps me stay active and energized on that given day. I hope this is making sense to you. So if you're someone who is, ready to build this kind of a 21-minute kind of a routine and habit where you stay consistent and also stay flexible, please type ready in the chat box. And for all of you who are going to be typing ready, I'm going to be sharing a special gift with you personally. Okay. And you can also just check out my channel and find the email and drop me an email where through which I can also share that exclusive gift with you, because we know this, that it's the habits, or it's these habits that's going to help you tick, and that's going to help you create that long-term success game for yourself and for your family. Thanks for being here. I'll catch you in yet another Monday momentum and motivation post very, very soon. Take care.